Good morning. Yes, right. Thank you. Thank you for coming to this experimental presentation. It's going to be an experience for all of us. I would like you to know that we've worked up to a certain point, but you will understand when I explain a number of things. Now, you will see the performance of a speech choir, but first I wanted you to see the performance of an actual speech choir, well, a speech choir that has practiced, rehearsed everything, and of course has also won a prize. So first, watch for a little while. It's a school, and the poem is Robert Frost's The Road Not Taken. Alexi. Alexi?
Or the road not taken. 1, 2.
The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. Two roads diverge. No. Sorry. And sorry. I do not travel both. And be one traveler. No. And look down. One. As far as I could. Where it bends. The other road. Then took the other as just a spare. And having perhaps the better thing. Because it was grassy and wanted wear. So as for that, the passing there. I go. Have learned that really about the same. 1, 2. And both
think this, there are many YouTubes with learners from all over the world performing as a speech choir. I like this one because it was not extremely elaborate. On the other hand, the children had done a lot of work, and their director as well. Okay, what is a speech choir then? Well, a speech choir is a group performance of a poem or of poetic passages. And it is it's really becoming extremely popular again, not only at schools, but also within communities. And we will see the reasons why. It is presented more like a group recitation, not a song, so we don't sing. And usually it is a poem or either an original or an original work. The members of the choir speak in unison and they recite, and this is very important because recitation is important. In actuality, it follows the principles of the ancient Greek chorus in the comedies and the tragedies. And it is exactly this element of all of us, I'm sure, those of us who are Greek, and I believe many people from other countries, we have seen at least one tragedy or one comedy. And I think we have always admired the chorus with the beautiful music and the way they recite the beautiful passages that Sophocles or Aeschylus or Euripides had written. Also, we need to remember that it is indeed a powerful form of performing, and it's a performing art, and it's a teaching art. And it does give satisfaction and pleasure to those who participate, and elegance, especially after a great deal of, let's say, coaching and rehearsing in terms of how we are going to recite our text. The elements of the speech choir, I'm not going to say a lot, I'm just going to say just so much that's needed to know about a speech choir, and then our speech choir will perform. The elements of a speech choir, of course, the members. There can be from 12 to 40 or even 100. Usually they are approximately around 25 to 30. There can be solo parts. You noticed, and that's why I wanted this group, you noticed that there were some solo parts or just individual voices. There can be groups. Also, the members can be grouped according to the pitch of their voices, light voices and dark voices, because the director, when there is time, the director does try to present a kind of the director does try to present a kind of let's say the nuances of the voices, almost something like waves as the group recites. The poems or poetic passages, Robert Frost is a very popular one. Emily Dickinson is very popular. I recommend C.P. Cavafis, our own Cavafis and Elitis, because they would be fantastic. I can just see the barbarians as a speech choir. I can see the city. I can see Ithaca. as a speech choir. It's a suggestion for schools because this presentation really is addressed to school directors and teachers who teach at schools. Or it can be an original piece of writing. Today it happens to be an original piece of writing. It's not one of these poems that I like so much. Okay, now the choreography. There's choreography. In our case, I kept it to the minimum for obvious reasons. All of us, when you see the members of the choir and the wonderful children, all of us could not be at the same time and the same place, and there was no way that we could have rehearsed the way that we would have liked to have rehearsed. But there is choreography, and there can be simple choreography, there can be elaborate choreography. One can follow the ancient Greek choruses strophe and antistrophe. You know, the ancient Greek chorus will walk from one side to the other and then will walk back, and that is strophe and antistrophe. The costumes. In our case, as you have seen, the costumes are simple. We opted, my advisors from among the choir members, I was for something more elaborate a bit, and they said, Lilika, keep it to the minimum. Let's just wear white and black, you know, or even dark blue. And yeah, you know, I had to. You start from there, and then gradually you go down. So costumes, yes, they can be simple, they can be elaborate, often they can follow a theme. If you Google speech choir after today, you will see, and some of you, I see some heads that are moving, some of you have Googled already, and you will see some of the speech choirs with elaborate costumes that follow the theme of the specific text and the colors of the text, and they're very, very interesting. So really, it's open to anybody's imagination and creativity. The staging is important because the choir needs to be organized. We need to know, you know, where we will position ourselves. You notice how the group would walk back and forth and so on. And of course, we need to know our entrances and our exits. Just a few things so you have them in mind. It isn't something that would take tremendous work. Okay, voice. This is something that we need to pay attention to. Power, pitch variations, volume and rhythm. Very important. Voice is everything in the speech choir. Tempo. Very important as well, speed and manner of the performance. Not too fast, not too slow. What is very important is articulation, enunciation, and diction. I'm talking from the point of view of the teacher now and to all of us. This is one of the very important elements. Clear diction, and this is where our learners will learn to enunciate, to articulate, to speak clearly, not fast, as if it is, you know, sometimes if we speak English using the Greek intonation, we sound like Japanese people. So this is very important because our learners are able to discipline the tongue, the mouth, the lips, everything, and to articulate, enunciate, recite, and be understood. And of course, breathing is very important. So the director needs to do some breathing exercises. The group, through all of these rehearsals, gets connected. It becomes a team supporting each other. Here, We're not interested in who is going to say the text better. We are interested in the group. We are interested in the group being able to recite the text. We're not interested in stars. Everybody is a star. The director can be among the performers. As you saw the director, you noticed that the director was among the performers, can be among the performers, can be across from the performers, can be behind the performers, but the director is always there because he or she needs to time the group, to be the support, in a sense, of the group. Let's hope. We'll see. Okay, now, teach. I'm asking my colleagues. Teach, pronunciation, intonation. Never, never cover a text without first covering pronunciation, stress and intonation, speech and movement. In other words, we all know that, and especially with younger learners, speech and movement do not take place together. And of course, teach emphasis, feeling, emotion. It is very important. We owe it to the text. And use total physical response. As Martina Cazzelli, one of the members of the group, said Friday, that's when we had our one major rehearsal, as Martina said, because most of the members didn't really remember the text, she said, well, Lilika, you know, total physical response. We learned it very quickly, very easily, and this was the truth. So yes, do use total physical response. It is very important. Okay, suggestions. Well, a foreign language school performance, it is excellent for a school, for the performance of a school. A competition, even either among the classes of the school or among schools. This is good for Europe also. You could have a competition of various schools. This is how actually it does happen. And even if you don't have a competition, I'm not talking about a competition in order to compete, but just do it. It is important. Benefits for the learners. Obviously, satisfaction from learning to speak well, clearly, elegantly. Presence and self-confidence, and this is very, very important. Team spirit and bonding. I'll talk about our group in a minute. These are assets in both our personal and social life. And all of these are very, very important for our learners, whatever their age. Remember, speech is words, and words are tender, sweet, warm, musical, luminous, powerful, full of wonder and magic. And that's a speech choir. Now, Listen to Your Heart is the title of the text, and the choir. I'd like to thank the three members of the choir, everybody, of course, but I'm going to say something about everybody, but the three members of the choir who just picked it up as if it was their own, and in fact they rehearsed with other members when I was away, because I had to be away for work. So I'd like to thank Ioana Georgakopoulou, Valia Gozzi, and Penny Masura. And I would like to thank, I'd like to thank the person who's always with me. better or worse than a marriage. I mean, honestly. Okay, Suzanne, who is there and is a member of the choir. Vicky Hionopoulou, with the children, the teenagers, the work, the whatever. There she was, Dimitra Furlemadi, who I must say, as you will see, has done a lot of work supported by her sisters in a short while. And I thank you, Dimitra. Olga Giovanni, newly married, yet there she was. Martina Cazzelli from Peania or wherever. Yorgos Korbas from Saudi Arabia with his wife, Aya Mitchell Korbas. We rehearsed in Dubai at TESOL Arabia in a corridor, and people were looking at us as if we were fools, but there we were doing our thing. Maria Macra, the chair with all of the work of a chair, but she said, I'll be there, Lilika, and I'll do it, and I thank you. I thank you. Aya Mitchell Korbas and Ada Rubu from Zakynthos, who rehearsed and practiced and came despite some personal difficulties. And of course, I'd like to thank the foreign language schools, Big Ben, Katerina Lukisa, Katerina, always, whenever I want to try out something, whether it is, I don't know, out of this world, she will be there. She will say, okay, Lilika. And her teachers, Efi Liopoulou, Aleka Carvuni, and Evgenia Morphy. And of course, Eleni Galouzidou, Foreign Language School, the mother of the three fantastic daughters, Dimitra, Georgia, Pavlina, and Penny Papalouka. Georgia and Pavlina Furlemadi are sisters. And of course, the young learners and the parents. And young learners, you will hear your first names now. So, thank you. Michelle, Anna, Daniel, Eleonora, Krishna, Apostole, Andriana, Nectarie, Angele, Zoe, Elpida Anna, Markella, Despina, Vasiliki, Nicola, Alexandro, Maria, Stathi, Katia, Katerina, Argiri, Costandine, Stefania, Cristina, Anna Maria, Loriana, και Loriana. Now, we're going to turn it off. and I can give it to you. And if you have a question, ask the question.
I have one.
Who?
I do.
Oh, yeah.
I would like to ask this little girl here if the text was difficult to learn. What's your name, sweetheart?
Catherine.
Catherine, was it difficult to learn this by heart? Oh.
Okay. No, it was not difficult because they have fantastic teachers. Because Lilika, Georgia, Pavlina, and Penny put them down and kept rehearsing. That's exactly what happened. Here it is for anybody who would like the text, if you would like to. Thank you, Joanna. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming. And please remember, listen to your heart. Listen. Eh bien, wait.
Bravo, Petia.